Hey guys, hope you're all having an awesome night. So I just felt guided to actually do a reading and see what's going on. So there is still a lot of change, and for some people who are in the same cycle as me, we are going through like changes all day. Like the energy is like just so up and down, and it is shifting so freaking much. And it's to get us comfortable with the change, but also to help us with releasing and stuff. So a lot of people are still emotionally purging, like purging anger, purging worthiness feelings, spirit saying like confidence issues, self-esteem, things like that. There's also a big ending of cycles for a lot of people this time. So you might be having like the past come back up, whether that is relationships or it's also just emotional, energetic cycles that you've been in for a long time. For some of you, it's like cycles with your parents or cycles that started like in youth with your romantic relationships, and you're kind of starting to see your own patterns and how to make shifts and changes with them. So right before I started doing this reading, Spirit was saying to me communication is coming through. So there's whoever needs that, there's going to be communication that's going to come through for you, whether that's a communication with a person you haven't talked to, whether that is like communication with your spirit team giving you answers, things like that. There's still a lot of like void energy, and you're kind of getting blips of clarity and stuff that's helping guide you on the path. But some of us are just supposed to be sitting in like the energy as we're going through it, and like just learning how to sit with the discomfort, learning how to acknowledge it, learning how to see your own stuff and balance it out. They're also saying mirroring is going on too. So whenever you're having issues with people, I've been kind of giving a lot of people this message lately. Whenever you're mad at other people or you're having issues with other people, it's always an opportunity for you to reflect on yourself. So if you're mad at somebody else, why are you mad at them? Like, is it something they actually did, or is it like a past trauma? Or is it something that you also do that you don't like within yourself? So it's always kind of a reflective moment for you to, like an opportunity to look within and see why you're being triggered, rather than like looking outward to blame other people. So I'm not going to really talk too much more than that. I'm just going to kind of pull some cards and see what messages we get. I pulled like a few decks they wanted me to pull out, so we'll just see what we get. Okay, that one flew. The Temptation card, I don't know if you guys saw it, flew out. Okay, so we got masculine. Okay, guess we're doing the divine masculine, divine feminine again. So this one too. Damn, there's like a lot of like love cards up in here. We got the Shadow with Love Begins card. Some of you guys, they're just having me pull like all kinds of shit. Whatever, I just go with the flow with whatever they're saying. This is just a very short message. A lot of you guys are facing shadows within yourself. So your shadow is kind of like your ego, your fears, areas that you kind of don't like, feelings you don't like some emotions that you don't want to acknowledge or embrace, or even traumas and stuff. So I think there's some type of significance with the rainbows too, they're saying, and they're saying the number 17 to me. So I'm not really sure if that's for somebody specific. But there's something with two people like coming together is all Spirit's kind of saying to me, and it's showing me, they're showing me like a broken heart, like two pieces of a broken heart coming together, and like it. All right, let me figure out how to explain this. So they're showing like the broken heart piece, right? And then it's like they're coming together, and it looks like this electrical like melding energy where it like infuses it, and that heart becomes like solid and whole, and there's no like cracks. It was never broken to begin with, if that makes sense. Like it's repaired. Okay, we're doing it like this. We got a lot of ones too. Like all of these have ones, all of them, the bottom ones too. Triumph and prosperity begins. I'm getting, for some people who are like wanting, I'm definitely getting financial changes and abundance for some of you guys the next 2 or 3 months. That it's going to be really significant for you guys. Like you're preparing for it now, and it's just going to kind of come forward. I definitely get you guys are in the void and you do not have clarity on this. So this message might be for you even if you don't feel it now, but intuitively you'll kind of know. You're like, oh yeah, that definitely feels significant for me. Like you'll kind of know. Triumphant success and spiritual union. I'm just getting this spiritual connection. I'm getting like telepathic communication and shared energy is what I'm getting. And it feels almost like this like energetic fighting against what you both know and you both want. That's what it feels like to me. So I'm sure these are for specific people. Okay, we got foundations and achievement truth. This definitely, they said divine feminine, but now they're saying divine masculine too. Divine masculine? Okay, I guess this is a divine masculine. I thought maybe they said it wrong or misunderstood. No, I'm getting divine masculine. Like I asked again, they're saying divine masculine. Oh, we got the rainbow again. Foundations and achievement truth. Oof, this feels like some sad energy. Even though these cards aren't sad, it feels like the masculine is looking at all the things that he has actually passed by because he was scared. It definitely feels like a lot of like family stuff, a lot of trauma with like parents and relationships. Maybe their relationships weren't healthy, or maybe there was like a divorce or a separation, something like that. But it feels almost like the mother kind of became the masculine energy in the relationship. And I don't know, it just seems imbalanced. I'm not even going to get into like all of what they're showing me, but it just seems very imbalanced in the households. It doesn't necessarily mean like specific traumas, like somebody beat the shit out of you, like trauma, you know, there's emotional trauma too. There's trauma where your needs aren't being met, or like you're told like just man up and, you know, just act like this, or don't cry, why are you a crybaby, and stuff like that, where you weren't able to express your feelings and your emotions, where you kind of had to hide them, where you had to change who you are at your natural state of being to fit into what your family dynamic was at that time. So for the masculines, it feels like there was a lot of like that type of imbalance and dysfunction, and they're like, it feels like this emotional purge that they're going through. Like they're crying a lot, they're kind of like sleepless nights, they're kind of really emotional as you're kind of seeing how they're replaying that history with their own family, or how they were walking away from good people and good situations because they were scared of it being like their family. There's definitely a lot of family ties to this situation, but it definitely feels like the divine masculines are getting some like clarity from spirit, and like they're very imbalanced now, but they're going to be balanced. Like it's going to balance out for them. Hold on, I'm so thirsty tonight. So the divine feminine, they're saying like alter ego, and I have no idea why they're saying that. Okay, now I know why they're saying that, because it just told me. So it's almost like the divine feminine is like two different people, not literally, but it's like she goes into two different energies. She goes into the feminine energy where she's very like calm, very intuitive, very like grounded, chill. You know, we all have our own personalities, but like for the most part, like internally, right? And then she goes into this like inner child, almost a rage. And it feels definitely a lot of father wounds, but it also could be a mother who is more in the masculine energy, where she's just like very avoidant and very reactive, and was like, I'm done with this, I'm done with this, I'm done with this type shit. Like, I'm done. And so she's actually going through a transformation right now where she maybe doesn't have the full clarity and doesn't have the full picture, but she's feeling all these emotions, and she's starting to just get, Spirit showed me this puzzle, and it looks like tiny little puzzle pieces. You know, normally we have bigger, my New York accent, bigger puzzle pieces, but they're like really small puzzle pieces they're showing me right now, almost like, you know, like the 100-piece, like tiny ones. That's what they're showing me. And it's like she's getting little pieces of the puzzle, but they're too small that she's not able to actually see. And they're saying the word key too. So she's not able to kind of like unlock, if you will, metaphorically speaking, unlock the door. What the fuck did I just say? And she's not able to like see the bigger picture because she's only getting really small pieces, and it's not enough to see the bigger picture. But through the void, and they're showing me like the caterpillar energy, so through the void she's actually growing and transforming a lot. And it feels like a lot of the feminines have issues with control, like needing to understand everything, needing to know everything, kind of controlling people and situations in order to feel like comfortable, even if it's not like to be intentionally controlling or manipulative or anything like that. It just feels like kind of like a defense mechanism, trauma response, because she has like a lack of like trust with herself, especially when she has like a lack of clarity. So we're doing all those. Boom, boom, boom. And we just got a card with the fucking puzzle pieces. So there is some extra validation for you guys. We're just doing it like that. Okay, I guess we're just doing the bottom. Spirit's saying that we got the Ace of Michael on the bottom, and I was asking, do they want me to pull this card? And they're saying no, but I see the Moon card just popped out too, which is about facing your fears. And definitely, and I will tell you, I was just telling somebody about this earlier, there were 2 specific dates I got. So funny enough, back in December or January, I was at a restaurant with my friend and we were talking in the parking lot afterward, and I gave her, and one of them was my birthday and one of them was my friend's birthday. And I said, something significant is changing on these days and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know what it is. It feels personal to me, but it also felt not so personal to me. And so funny enough, like certain things happen, like the new moon, and actually on my friend's birthday is a full moon lunar or solar eclipse, which is May 15th. I didn't even know, obviously months ahead, I didn't know that. So I like with the full moon card popping up, oof, and the Lovers card popping up. Hold on. Damn, I just got some energy in my stomach when I just pulled that out. Oof, it is like facing your fears when it comes to love and spirits. Like it feels almost like this energetic pressure of like spirit. Okay, I'll show you what they're showing me. It's like you're being pushed forward, like spirit's like pushing you and you're kind of dragging your ass because like your feet, because it's so uncomfortable and it feels like this pressure. It almost feels like they're pushing you to somebody. So take it, as it resonates, whatever. But yeah, there was something where they were telling me like something significant was going to happen. So it's funny that the date that they gave me happens to be like the full moon eclipse date. And I know that it doesn't necessarily feel to me like big. Almost what they told me was actually like a cycle within a cycle, if that makes sense. Like it was going to start on my birthday actually, which was April 25th, which actually I started a fucking purge that day. And then it was going to end then. So I guess maybe, okay, that makes, yeah, they're saying, yeah, they're kind of like laughing. So it started then, and that specific cycle of purge and all that shit's going to end like the eclipse and stuff. Okay, cool. That's nice to know. Anyway, yeah, so with the Ace of Ariel, or not Ace of Ariel, Ace of Michael, this more so I'm getting from Spirit is future energy. And I'm still getting the words communication, which we got clear communication problems with others. And I told you, they said that to me in the beginning about communication coming in. But this to me, what I'm getting from them is like, keep moving forward and keep like climbing the mountain, because you might not see how close you are to the top. But when you get to the top, even though it's maybe like a little bit scary and the foundation's a little bit like wobbly because it's very unfamiliar territory, like stand up and like realize how far you've come and how much you've overcome in that period of time, and like be proud of yourself and move forward even whenever you get hit with like small things or things that kind of are there to not necessarily deter your path, but kind of, and they're bringing up like the old, like not repeating cycles, like when you have the clarity and you have the understanding, making different choices, like if you know that you're doing something that's not healthy for you to take some time to like go within and ask, why do I keep making this choice? Like, why do I keep making choices that are not good for me? Why do I keep making choices that are not healthy? Because it's one thing when we're kind of stuck and we don't have clarity and we're like, we know that this isn't good, but we don't really know what's going on or how to, like, I've been in that, honestly, like where I'm like, I don't really know how to handle this. I know that this is a cycle and it seems like it keeps repeating, but I don't know how to do something different. Or is it a mindset? Is it something I need to change? Like, what do I need to do? And they gave me a little bit of clarity on it today. So of course I'm going to try to do that. But, so like if you have the clarity to it, you're supposed to be making the change. If you don't, you're supposed to be sitting in it because it's a growth and a learning thing. So, okay, we got 3 of Michael, 5 of Gabriel, and the World. We got a lot of Archangel Michaels. So the 3 of Michael is really about a giant release, and it is like releasing the past. Like 100% this card is about releasing the past, and it feels like a mind, body, spirit like release. Like it's like energetic, emotional, like physical purge is kind of what I'm getting. With the 5 of Gabriel, this definitely feels kind of like what I said about the divine feminine, where it's like you have a small piece of the puzzle and she's literally holding a puzzle piece and you're looking for answers, but you're not getting them. And it almost feels like some of like the feminines are getting really frustrated, and it's not gender related, but it feels like the feminines are kind of getting, it feels like the masculines too. It just feels like in general energy, but it feels more so like the feminines because there's a different like lesson for her. it feels like there's only like little bits of information that you're getting, and you're supposed to be learning patience and sitting and accepting the present moment without trying to change it. With the World card, I love this. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Like I love this too, because it's an earth sign. And I also love that it's a 21. I, never noticed this before until I'm looking now. But Taurus season actually ends on May 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And I love that we got this specific card, because this is literally talking about endings. And that's actually when we're transitioning out of Taurus season. Which this Taurus season has not been fucking great. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, at all. Because all this energy shit is like fucking with my energy and eating and not being able to eat all those good fucking foods I want and enjoy my comforts, because I've been so exhausted and shit. Like not even wanting to shop either. Like the fucking bullshit. But anyway. Yeah, it feels like almost, it feels like the ending with this one, it feels like the ending of a cycle, but it doesn't feel like a giant cycle. It feels like a sub-cycle, so like a cycle within a cycle. So this could indicate like leaving a job. This could indicate like a perspective change. This could indicate ending like a relationship with like a family member, with a friend, any of those type of things, romantic, all of it, any and all of it. And there's a bigger cycle you're in, that this is just a small part of it, is what it feels like. But it definitely feels like May 21st is going to be pretty significant for that cycle ending. It feels like some type of change is going to take place with the eclipse, and then it's almost like somehow it's going to like transition after that or something. I'm not quite clear on it, but ooh, wow. Can I just take those cards? All right, I guess we're just taking the 3 cards that flew out of my deck. We got ask for help from others, improving health, get more information. For some of you, I'm getting from Spirit is like actually reaching out and asking for help. If you're needing emotional support, asking for emotional support, but it's also allowing people to do things for you. Like if somebody wants to take care of you or buy you a gift or do something nice, say nice things, it's receiving is more so what I'm getting is receiving. With the improving health, this actually, what I'm getting from Spirit is emotional and heart chakra, like emotions in your heart chakra with the cup. And it feels like replenishing that emotional cup. It feels like there's energy where you've been just feeling like not great. You haven't been feeling all this love energy. You haven't been feeling really like maybe positive about certain things. A lot of you, this feels relationship related, like so romantic, platonic friend, work, family, whoever. And it feels like there is going to be a shift because you're learning how to validate internally rather than externally, which is going, and I'm seeing this really good energy with this, and it's going to shift. With this get more information card, we keep getting this, like you're getting bits and pieces of the puzzle, right? With this get more information card, Spirit's saying go within. Like all the answers are within. Yes, you are blocked from certain things at certain times, but everything that you need, you will have access to. So if you don't have the answer, be patient and it will come to you. Oh, I love it. They're like, all right. We are doing good ass time and all this reading too. Boop, boop. All right, we're just gonna pull from a few from here and a few from that one. And then, yes, oh, I accidentally just pulled the divine timing. I didn't accidentally. All right, let's see. This one too. Confidence. Oh, I love it. You know what? We got determination and clearing on the bottom. Pretty self-explanatory. This is you like moving forward. You're clearing a lot of things. I'm getting just like a lot of energy and stuff. And we got spiritual gifts, and Spirit said to me is some of you guys are getting spiritual gift upgrades. You just don't know you are because you're in this very like dense energy as you're clearing it. And it's going to be replaced with like newer upgraded gifts that are not going to be so intense or heavy on you. They're going to be more light and like free flowing because you're not going to have all these blockages and other shit like whatever. And I'm also getting from Spirit is some of your guys' third eye is kind of like gunked up is what they're showing me. It's just like this sludgy energy, not literally, it's like metaphorically, it's like this sludgy energy where you've like ignored your intuition or where you've been made to believe that like your intuition isn't like valid, whether it was you or somebody else where you weren't trusting in yourself. So a lot of you guys are naturally clearing that. and learning how to trust in yourself more. But it's also like keep moving forward, because even though you're not seeing, like they're just specifically saying, especially with the bee, like even though you're not seeing what's going on, you're actually pollinating your flowers so they can grow. You're pollinating the seeds so they can grow and bloom, which is literal to what they're saying is your manifestation. So you're doing it, you're just not aware that's what you're actually doing. So we got self-care, earth angel, confidence. And I love this because literally somebody was at the shop earlier and we got some of the similar cards. Okay. So with the self-care, this is you honoring your emotions, feelings, and needs. It definitely is some energy of some of you not standing up for yourself and saying what you need. And I am definitely seeing like a throat chakra. If you have light blue crystals, let me see what I got here. I'll show you. Okay. I got like the blue calcite. You could stick that, Larimar. Apparently mama got a bunch of light blues in here. Selenite honestly works great for that. I have a whole bunch of crystals next to me. Angelite. So, and I'm seeing specifically light blue, which is a very soft feminine energy most of the time. So like, whereas the darker blues are more like abrasive and masculine. If you have a light blue crystal or like a selenite, you can stick it on your throat. And if you're having problems communicating, what you can do is go be by yourself. I tell people this. I'm like clearing my throat chakra on accident. You could actually cough up too, but actually what you can do is you can place it on your throat. You can make noises and help kind of clear some of the energy, and you'll cough it up. How you saw me just cough it up, you'll actually cough. You'll feel the energy coming up and you'll cough it. But also what I tell people to do is go talk to yourself and say it out loud, like a video journal like this to myself, and have conversations with myself so I can feel and hear myself rather than needing other people to hear me and like validate me. I do it to myself so I can understand my feelings and what I'm going through and like connect to myself better. But you can also go outside and like talk about it to your spirit team, and just saying it out loud helps actually bring it out and kind of clear it. So it's some of that, but some of it is also people who are super, super busy right now. You need to learn, like you already learned the lesson about taking care of yourself so you don't burn out. So when you're feeling very drained or whatever, stop pushing yourself to do more. Say that can wait and take time for yourself. So some of you, it feels like starting a new business or a passion. Some of you, it feels like a job that you're in. Some of you, it also feels like a relationship where you're kind of handling and taking care of everything. So anything that is fucking draining you, make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what's good for you. Like, you need to take a day off of work, take a day off of work, but don't be like working around your house, cleaning and cooking and doing all the shit. Like, actually take some fucking time to yourself. And they're laughing at me because I used to be like, oh my God, I hate paying extra fees for like DoorDash or like Uber Eats or things like that. And the last like month, I have just been so drained with energy stuff. So, and I've kind of talked about it. I feel a little bit better today, but it's up and down. Like when I left the shop, I had to go lay in bed for 2 hours and just literally relax because it's so intense some days. My body is like upgrading, clearing, and it's just exhausting. So what I've been doing is like, I've been ordering food because I just don't have the energy to cook and clean and do all this stuff. I have enough energy to get done what I need to get done. And I will know when I need to do it because I'm aligned with myself. So I know this is energy for this is energy for this, right? But as soon as that is gone and I have like no energy, I go lay down. So I've been ordering like food, Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff. And at first I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to pay the money. But kind of this thought came in my mind one day, which is you're actually helping the economy. You're actually helping people who maybe can't get like other jobs because of things from their past, or they're needing extra money and stuff like that. So you're actually supporting the local community, and you're also like, you're supporting a restaurant, and you're also supporting a driver who is trying to make money and stuff. So like when you kind of change your perspective on it, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm not actually feeling that bad, like, yeah. And it just helps me to kind of feel like better about my choice, even though I don't need to, I'm fine. But I don't know, just changing my perspective on it kind of helped. But anyway, okay. The Earth Angel, I'm getting so much angelic guidance. Like, you might not be feeling it from spirit right now, but you are getting so much divine guidance. It's not even fucking funny. And some of you guys definitely are coming into like this lighter energy and this freedom, which is funny because that word has been popping up for me all day. Like, this animal, it represents this. When I think of this, it represents this. And I'm like, oh, I've been feeling fucking stuck and definitely not free. And I hate not feeling free. I hate feeling caged and confined. And like, I didn't even realize until today, that's, I mean, like little blips of clarity, is that's what I've been feeling so fucked up too, is I feel so caged and confined and like stuck. And I didn't even realize like what was going on. So what I'm getting from spirit is like this freedom and liberation is coming for a lot of people who are kind of in that stuck energy. Just give it a few days. They're saying like 5 to 7 days. So just give it a few days and the heaviness is going to lift. It might transition to another cycle or something like that, but it's not going to be the same that you're in now. Like, you'll have more information, you'll have more clarity to be able to help you work through it. With the confidence card, this is seeing yourself and having good self-worth and self-esteem, like seeing yourself as a powerful being. But I'm also getting allowing people to show up for you. Oof, I just got some energy. Allowing, it's probably for me too, allowing people to show up for you and to love you and honor who you are, and like let those people in. Like, stop pushing them away, stop distancing from them, because it's like sometimes what we'll do is we'll connect to people who we just don't really have, like, we don't necessarily have like too much like connection to them, or we don't really have that vulnerability with them. So it's like easier to have those conversations, or people who are kind of familiar, like to our families, it's easier to connect with those people. And then when we have people who are actually good for us, it's sometimes hard for us to let them show up for us and us to stay in each other's lives because it's uncomfortable and we want to self-sabotage. So we'll run or we'll look for problems or stuff like that. But you know the difference between somebody who's problematic versus like somebody who doesn't love you or respect you, somebody who you have to constantly tell your boundaries to, which is also a boundary issue on you if you keep letting people disrespect your boundaries. But people who constantly like disrespect your boundaries or don't respect your feelings, don't accept you the way you are, constantly trying to like fix or change you, stuff like that, like, you know, they're not great for you. Like, we're all flawed, you know, we all have our issues, but you know, the people that you love and respect, like, think about the people that you really actually truly love. You respect them, you accept them the way that you are, like the way they are. You don't, you know, judge them. Of course, you might judge some of their choices because it's reflections of your choices that piss you off about yourself. But like, really, truly, you don't actually judge them. Like, you actually love them for who they are. So, okay, we got New Moon in Libra. Know you are loved. Oh, hell yeah. And I keep seeing 17. Okay, know you are loved. We got last moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind, which we got literally released the past 3 of Michael. I'm not explaining that one. It's very self-explanatory. We got last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind, which we got the clearing card too. And we got last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. Oh, I love this. Yeah, they're like pretty self-explanatory. Clear your mind. They're saying like, stop worrying about the future. Stop looking at the past. Like, focus on the now and focus on the present and clear your mind. What's going on with you currently? What do I have control over? What do I not? What choices can I make? What can I not? What's out of my control? And when you're going to trying to change other people, go back to you. What is it that this is reflecting within me? A lot of this is reflecting stuff. And then be proud of yourself. I said this to you guys earlier when we got the Ace of Michael, and I said, when you get to the top of that mountain, you better look and be proud of yourself because you've overcome and accomplished so much. And it actually, what I'm getting from Spirit, this actually feels like a very reflective energy where you're, it's just starting to get itchy as fuck. A very reflective energy where when you come to the end of this sub-cycle that's coming up for most of you, you're going to have a big reflection and you're going to start understanding that cycle. And the next cycle you're going into, it still feels like a clearing, but it's almost like the storm. You're in the storm energy right now. You just don't know you are. And it's more so like clearing the debris. It feels like the next cycle where it's like you're clearing the debris. You're kind of like clearing like last minute stuff for the new place, the new foundation, the new everything. But they're saying you're doing it simultaneously. So it's not like you're going to go through this heavy shit and then it's going to be another heavy shit and another heavy shit. It's all going to naturally flow where you probably don't even necessarily know that you're ending cycles. You might be ending cycles you don't even know you're fucking ending, is what I'm getting. But it feels like there's going to be this period of stillness that's going to happen where you're going to reflect on all of your growth and learning, especially the last 3 or 4 years, because it's been really tough for a lot of us, the last 3 or 4 years. And you're going to have this period of time where things are just going to be calm and you're going to see all the work you've been doing and why you've been doing it. And you're going to be like, almost like just so proud of yourself and like just everything's going to flow. Like your manifestations are going to come in and it's like, you're going to be happy about them, but you're also going to be like at this place of acceptance where you're like, yay, this is nice, but it's not like, I need this to feel good. Sage, come here and say hi. You haven't been on camera in a while. Come here. Come here. Don't get into shit. Come here. So I do want to say this. I don't know why I felt like saying this. For a lot of us, we have been in a cycle for 3 or 4 years. That's been really fucking difficult, where big major changes have taken place. We've like, everything's kind of just completely like, just, I can't even explain to you, just everything's been rocked. It's like your, you know, your external life, relationships, your personality, just all kinds of different things, like changing traumas, all these fears coming up, just everything's been so different. And it's like, you should be proud of yourself. And if you do look back at like who you used to be 6 months ago, a year ago, 2, 3, 4 years ago, look at like how different you are at making different choices, and like you're making changes, you're stepping up, you're doing things that are better for you. You're looking to trust your intuition. You're making those choices to ask those questions rather than just like trusting everybody. You're actually saying like, am I making good choices for me? And you're reflecting on it. You're not repeating all the same mistakes. Like you, and it's not even mistakes. It's just like moments of like lessons and learning and stuff. But you have been transforming in such a big way, and I don't think a lot of people are recognizing how much they've actually changed and grown over the years. So it'd be a great time to reflect right now. We're getting a lot of that. It'd be a great time to reflect right now and just realize like you are such a strong person and you have overcome so much, and just be proud of yourself. So I hope that this message helped, and I'm wishing you guys so much love and light.